Shalom. This is Brother Matthias coming with another video. Break down the scriptures. Brought to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All praises due. A little late today. Had a little mishap. My truck transmission blew out. So that can be a problem. You know. Might cause a delay or two here and there, but it's all good. Everything gonna work out. So I'm a little late today. Y'all know I'm regimental. Like to be punctual and keep things on point. I know y'all like to eat at a certain time out there, Miss Donna and family. That's all right. Y'all stay hungry, all right? That's good. So, Brother Matt got a question to deal with. Let me get to it real quick. This is this comes from Brother Rico Williams. Shalom Akim. Let me read what he said. He said, Brother Matt. This is a Brother Matt question, y'all. Or a Brother Matt statement. Y'all know I do. Brother Matt. He said, the Sabbath we're supposed to keep. It's of the 10 Commandments. Wow. Then he said, when Yahweh was explaining to the disciples about the end of the world in Matthew 24, he specifically said, pray ye that your flight be not on the Sabbath day. Yes, he did, Brother Rico. He did say that. He most certainly did. So, I don't know what we're going to do about this right here, man. Brother Rico, he done jammed me up, man. He put me in a Brother Matt situation. That's all right. Bible does sound contradictory at times. So, I guess we got to answer the question, right? All right, let's see. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Brother Rico. Yeah, I'm just sitting at home, y'all. Wasn't nothing else left for me to do. You know what I mean? You know when y'all get hit with something that you wasn't expecting, you know the best thing to do? You don't panic. What I do is, I get hit right. And I'm going to get to this. This is all in the spirit, man. Because a lot of y'all out there going through things, man. Show you not to have a damn stroke. When something hits you like that, because look, my shit stopped on the... Well, no. Actually, I got a freeway to give me a cheeseburger, man. I know y'all laughing now. She should have known it had something to do with some food. All right. So I got off to get in and out, right? So I could get my 3x3. Y'all know what that is. The 3 burgers with the cheese. Never mind. So I stopped off to get that, man. And then I'm in line to order, right? And then, because I put my shit in park sometime, you know, rest my leg. And I put it in drive. Truck to sit there and look at me. I'm like, oh, shit, man. So I have to make sure I have my glasses on. I'm like, did I put it in drive? Clicked it down. Still didn't go nowhere, right? So I'm like, oh, not now. So I revved the motor and the truck kind of pulled out, man. And then I pulled into the parking spot. Pulled out the dipstick. Dipstick smelled like burnt ribs, man. Transmission is fried. I'm like, fuck. So, had to get towed home and all of that good stuff. And here I am. So, now, at that point, when that happens, you can't get pissed. What you got to do is you got to take 3 deep breaths, all right? And then after that, you say, I'm not going to try to process anything till tomorrow after I went to sleep. That's the best way to handle it. Don't ever try to think, man, like when something happened. Always do it the next day. Get yourself something to eat. Take some deep breaths. Don't even try to process it, man. All right? Hope that helps y'all, man, because sometimes you be pulling your hair up. What am I going to do? Don't even try to process it right there, man. Your brain is already overloaded. Wait till the next day. You'll feel a whole lot better. If you get the car home, whatever situation is, if you got it handled at that point and it's cool, then just leave it at that. All right? That's all you got to do. So, all right. So here we go. Matthew chapter 24. Do a brother Rico with his brother Mac question. So, he thinks that we have to keep the Sabbath pursuant to Matthew chapter 24. All right, cool. Let's see if that's what it's talking about, Brother Rico. And Yahushua, starting at verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name. All right. Now, right here in verse 3, it says, And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So, they're speaking of the end times now, back then, saying, when are we going to know the end of the world is coming? Because they didn't know nothing, man. You know, that's what it was asking Yahushua. He said, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. That's what's going on now. That's what all these damn camps is about, man. They're deceiving people, saying that they're from Yahushua and they're not, because they don't attribute themselves to Yahushua. They attribute themselves to the law of Moses. All right? And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. We got that now, right? That wasn't going on back then. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. All right? The beginning. Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name, of all nations for thy name's sake. And then many shall be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. See, iniquity is abounding right now. All right? That's why it says that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right? It says, But to he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. All right? And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So, that's talking about right now. Okay? Now, let's go to verse 15. When ye shall therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. All right. It says, the abomination of desolation. The Romans came and they destroyed the temple. All right. They destroyed the temple. And then that's when we were ran out of Jerusalem. All right. So he says, when you shall therefore see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Look what it says. Then let them which be in Judea flee to the mountains. Now, he's talking about that time. See, when you read the scriptures, you got to be in the spirit to know when it shifts, or else you'll lump everything together. All right? When the abomination of desolation came, all right, which was the Roman army under Vespasian and his son Titus, they ran us out of Jerusalem. All right? That was it. The prophecy was fulfilled that we was going to be scattered to all nations, right? We fled into the mountains of what's known as modern-day Africa. Look what it says. Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Right? Now, it hadn't happened yet. This wasn't going to happen for another 70 years. All right? Well, about 40 years. Because it happened in 70 AD. Yahushua died in 33 AD. So you're looking at around 37 to 40 years after that. Okay? Now, look what he says. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes in the field. All right? The Christians, they think that's talking about now. Ain't nobody in no field right now, man. That was back then. All right? And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Now, right here, Brother Rico. It says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath. All right? Now, this is when they fled out of Jerusalem into Africa. Okay? That's what happened. So, when you continue to read this passage, all right, then it shifts. Okay? Check it out. Verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. All right? So, when he's talking about the elect, he's talking about right now. Right? But when he was talking about the flight, he was talking about back then. Okay? So, of course, he's going to talk about the Sabbath day, because at that time, there were still Orthodox Jews that grew up under the law that were used to keeping the Sabbath and everything, all right? And I'm not reaching. This is just the truth. I'm going to show you why. Okay? Well, let me finish this real quick. Verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is a Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Hamashiach and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. That's what's going on now. That wasn't going on back then. He was talking about after we were put to sleep and woke up in this time. All right? See, you got to be in the spirit to see this, because the scriptures, they shift. You just read right on along and think, oh, because it's in the same passage, that it's talking about the same time. It weaves. It goes in and out. And if you're not, the Most High wrote it that way, man. So if you're not in the spirit reading it, you'll think it's talking about that. And I'm going to prove to you that he said that, all right? Now, we're gonna hit the point. I'm not going to finish the passage today, but I want to show you how it shifts, all right? Now, let's go to verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in winter, nor on the Sabbath day. Now, that's the one you're talking about. All right. Now, this is, let's go to Romans chapter 14. Let's go to verse 5. One man esteemeth one day above another. This is the Apostle Paul. One man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. He that regardeth the day, regardeth it unto the Lord. And he that regardeth the day, regardeth it unto the Lord. And he that regardeth not the day, to the Lord he doth not regard it. He that eateth, eateth to the Lord, for he giveth God thanks. And he that eateth not to the Lord, he eateth not and giveth thanks. All right. So, verse 8. Verse 7. For none of us liveth to himself, and no man dieth to himself. For whether we live unto the Lord, and whether we die unto the Lord. Whether we live, therefore, or die, we are the Lord's. For this end, Yahushua both died and rose and revived, that he might be Lord of both the dead and the living. All right? Now, let me deal with that. When we were put to sleep, all right? When we were put to sleep, the Father was done with us. Okay? He doesn't deal with the dead. He's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right? Let me get that precept. This is Mark chapter 12. Let's go to verse 26. And as touching the dead that they rise, all right, talking about after we were put to sleep and brought into this time and woken and brought into this regeneration and woke up, all right? And as touching the dead that they rise, have ye not read in the book of Moses how in the bush God spake unto them, saying, I am the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob? Verse 27, he is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err. So if we're all dead to the Father, all right, we couldn't even keep the Ten Commandments. All of that died off with him, with us. He was totally done with us, all right? He transferred us to his son. Got to understand that. He transferred everything to his son. Luke 9:35. Let's go there. Matter of fact, let's start at 33. Luke 9:33. And it came to pass, as they departed from him, Peter said unto Yahushua, Master, it is good for us to be here. And let us make 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. Not knowing what he said, Peter messed up. He was comparing Moses and Elijah to Yahushua. You don't do that. You don't. They're not equal to him in any way. Yahushua is superior to everybody, including them. And Moses is the law, Elijah is the prophets. That's what that represents, the law and the prophets. Watch what happened. While he thus spake, there came a cloud, a chariot, all right, and overshadowed them, and they feared as they entered into the cloud. And there came a voice out of the cloud saying, This is my beloved son, hear him. That's the Father don't deal with us at all. He deals with us through his son. That's what you got to understand. That's why we have to pray to the Father through Yahushua. Verse 36. And when the voice was past, Yahushua was found alone, and they kept it closed, and told no man in those days any of those things which they had seen. So that was the law and the prophets, Moses and Elijah, because that was them disappearing, showing them nobody's equal to me, not even Moses and Elijah, because that's all they talked about. Okay, so this is why. Let me get that precept right here. All right, so This is Matthew chapter 22. All right. Verse 37. 36. Start at 36. Matthew 22 and 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Now, you just said about keeping the Sabbath, right? And that's in the 10 Commandments, right? All right. I just showed you that Yahweh transferred us to his son. Now his son rules everything, right? And we listen to what he say because we're going up under his righteousness to the Father. Whatever he say goes, okay? Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, all right? And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. So we just love the Father. We honor him, all right? It don't have nothing to do with us keeping days and all that no more, okay? Now, the Apostle Paul doesn't go against Yahweh Shai in any way. You got to believe that, right? So if you believe that, then we're going to go to the scriptures, okay? And Yahweh Shai picked the Apostle Paul. Look what happened right here in Colossians chapter 2, all right? Verse 6, Colossians 2 and 6, all right? As ye have therefore received Yahweh Shai Mashiach the Lord, so walk ye in him. Hear that? Walk ye in him. Rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. And ye are complete in him, which is the head of all principality and power. We are complete in him, all right? Verse 11. In whom also ye are circumcised with the uncircumcision made without hands, and putting off the body of the sins of the flesh by the circumcision of a Mashiach, buried with him in baptism, wherein also ye are risen with him through the faith of the operation of the Most High, who have raised him from the dead. So we died, and we were raised in this time in spiritual darkness and awoke up into this truth. All right. Now, verse 13. And you, being dead in your sins and the uncircumcision of your flesh, hath he quickened together with him, having forgiven you all trespasses. All trespasses. Verse 14. Blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to the cross. So now we keep those two commandments. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength. And then we love our neighbor as ourselves, our Israelite brothers and sisters, right? Verse 15. And having spoiled principalities and powers, he made a show of them openly, triumphing over them in it. All right? Now, we finna get to the meat, because I know what you're going to say. Well, isn't loving the Father, Yahweh, keeping the Sabbath and the 10 Commandments? No. Yahweh Shai did that. That's when he says we're free, we're free. We don't have to do anything but believe in him and believe in his sacrifice for us. We couldn't do all of that. All right? Look here, verse 16. The Apostle Paul does not go against Yahweh Shai in any way. None of this would have been written if he did. He wouldn't even been chosen. Okay? Look here. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of any holy day, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of a Mashiach. All right? Of the Sabbath days. Verse 18. Let no man beguile you. To beguile means to trick. Let no man trick you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping of angels. The worshiping of angels, we're angels. You're looking at an angel right now. You're an angel. All the men of the Lord are. But you worship angels when you let them tell you something contradictory to the scripture, and then you go with that. because they got in your head. I don't know what happened. I'm not saying nobody got in your head, Brother Rico. Maybe you came up with it on your own. But it's cool. We got to answer these. That's why I'm here. All right? Verse 18, let no man beguile you of your reward in a voluntary humility and worshiping of angels, intruding into those things which he had not seen, vainly puffed up by his own fleshly mind. Verse 19, now this is dangerous. And not holding the head, Yahushua, from which all the body and joints and bands having nourishment ministered and knit together, increase it with the increase of the Most High. All right? Now, verse 20. Wherefore, if ye be dead with Hamashiach, meaning we believe in his sacrifice, we believe what he did, we believe in the cross, we believe in everything he did for us, then we're dead to sin. We cannot trespass because we're trusting him to get us there. All right? If you be dead with him from the rudiments of the world, rudiments means first principles. That's the law. All of that. The law, the statutes, commandments, those are rudiments. Even the 10 Commandments, those are rudiments. Yahweh condensed them to those two. He said, if you keep these two, you kept the whole law. Got to believe that right here. Verse 20. Wherefore, if you be dead with your Hamashiach from the rudiments of the world being Israel, the rudiments are the rules and regulations of the world of Israel. That's the rudiments. If you be dead with Hamashiach from the rudiments of the world, why, as though living in the world, are you subject to ordinances? Why are you subject? Why are you still trying to keep the law? Why are you still trying to do this? Why are you trying to keep this day? Try to keep that day. You have to believe that Yahweh's sacrifice was enough, man. That's what you got to do. All right? Look here, verse 21. Touch not, taste not, handle not. He said, why are y'all still doing that? Why are y'all still worried about touch not, taste not, handle not? Look what he says, verse 22. Which are all to perish with the using, after the commandments and doctrines of men. He said, y'all going to do all of this, and the Most High is not telling you to do this. It's y'all. It's these men telling you this. All right? Verse 23. Which things have indeed a show of wisdom in all worship. They look smart doing it. They look like they know what they're talking about, but they don't. All right? Which things have indeed a show of wisdom and will worship and humility and neglecting of the body. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that, don't wear this, don't do that, right? That's neglecting of the body. Not in any honor to the satisfying of the flesh. There's no honor in that. All right. So, as far as the Sabbath day, you can try to keep it if you want to, Brother Rico. But every day is a Sabbath. See, the Bible say that Yahweh is Lord also of the Sabbath. We in the Sabbath day every day. You listen to me every day. Is that not breaking the bread of life? We didn't superseded the Sabbath, to be honest. They was doing it one day a week. We do it every day. We get word and we study together every day. We superseded the Sabbath. So, in actuality, I am keeping it. All right? I love the Lord thy God with all my heart, mind, soul, and strength. I think y'all believe that by now. And I love my Israelite brothers and sisters. Y'all know I love y'all out there. I tell y'all that every day, don't I? Yep, I do. So, that's the case. I hope this answered your question, Brother Rico. You free to come back with another Brother Matt. You know, keep me sharp. All right. But stay tuned for another video coming your way real soon. All right. I'm off today, so I might be able to push out another one. Maybe one after that. You know. And just prepare yourself for the next message coming your way. All right. This Brother Matthias. All right. Signing off for right now. Giving all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises due. All right. Shalom. I'm out.